Hey, I got a question for y'all. Is the WNBA's physicality too much for Caitlin Clark to handle? It's a lot of media personnel making a lot of excuses for Caitlin Clark's struggles and the physicality the WNBA are putting on her. A lot of YouTubers are doing the same thing. But we're going to unpack all that here next, here on the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Well, guys, man, sometimes I can't believe what I be hearing when it comes to Caitlin Clark. Now, Caitlin Clark has missed probably around about 7 games this year due to a quad growing strain. She's been out of the lineup, and the Indiana Fever are playing 500 ball. They're 8-8 on the season. They had a win last night against the Dallas Wings. They staved off Paige Becker's onslaught. Now, like I said about Paige Becker, she's the real deal. I told people that Paige Becker's coming into the WNBA. She would show everybody her total package. Gino Auriemma had her playing in a system in Connecticut. And now that she's in the WNBA, she gets to really show and showcase her talents. And she's been doing that throughout her rookie campaign. Now, when it comes to Caitlin Clark, coming into the WNBA, they built Caitlin Clark up. The machine was behind her. They pushed her to be the face of the WNBA. And people was telling us that Caitlin Clark was the best thing since sliced bread. She's the best thing in the WNBA. She's the cash cow. And like I said, if y'all want to utilize that of her selling tickets and things like that, y'all can have that. But as far as a basketball player, Caitlin Clark has a lot of flaws in her game, and she has a lot of things that she needs to work on. So now that Caitlin Clark has been injured, and Indiana Fever have had an up and down season because they put this team together to be championship contenders, but it don't look like they're championship contenders right now at 8-8, 500 on the season. So now what they're doing, the media is trying to create this narrative that the physicality and the way teams are playing Caitlin Clark is breaking her down physically and mentally. Basically, what they're saying is that the WNBA is letting a lot of stuff go on that shouldn't go on when it comes to Caitlin Clark, about the physical nature of how she's being played, how she's getting bumped down, how she's getting knocked down, how she's getting extracurricular activities after the play is over, after the whistle has stopped. But we know when there was a situation between the Connecticut Suns and the Indiana Fever, when J.C. Sheldon played her physical, and then the theatrics started. And ever since then, she's been exposed. A lot of people are coming out, like media personnel, talking about she's a drama queen, she's a flopper, she's an antagonist, she starts all this and then she runs from it, she ducks all the smoke. So now you got media personnel making all these excuses for her, talking about WNBA is pushing hard to push Caitlin Clark out by the physicality of their play. And they're saying that she is breaking down mentally and physically. Last time I checked, playing somebody 94 feet, how was that wrong? How was that a narrative that they want to use that is too physical for Caitlin Clark? Caitlin Clark in the offseason, she buffed up, she put on some weight, she put on some muscle tone. So for people to come out and say the physicality of the WNBA is too much for Caitlin Clark to make these excuses for her poor play, is just downright diabolical to me. So I came across The Facility on Fox Sports with Emmanuel Acho, James Jones, and Shady McCoy and Rick Bucher. And I listened to what they had to say. And I listened to what Acho had to say. And it seems like Acho is buck dancing around the whole situation. Same thing with Shady McCoy. And same thing with James Jones. The only one that kept it 100 was Slick Rick Bucher. So let's take a listen to what Rick Bucher said about Caitlin Clark's mental and physical when it's pertaining to the WNBA. Let's take a listen.
Eventually, this has to take a hold, not just on your physical body, on your emotional body as well. You've been watching the WNBA. You've been watching women's basketball. You have a daughter who's currently playing college basketball for a very long time. So let's start with the most important question of the day. Glad y'all are here for this one. Are you worried about Caitlin Clark long term?
No, I am not. Every great athlete goes through this, particularly great athletes who are breaking barriers. And I think that Caitlin Clark is doing exactly that. And so I watched Steph Curry go through this. Okay, so it was ankle issues at the beginning of his career, raised some questions. He had to find a solution and fight his way through it. He wasn't getting beat up, but he was having physical issues. Michael Jordan was getting beat up and had to find a solution to the problem. Every great athlete you can think of coming in, if there were great expectations, there were hurdles that they had to overcome.
Thank you, Rick.
And so I agree. I think she's had a lot on her plate. This is not Iowa. This is not Kansas anymore, Toto. This is the WNBA. This is the world. And she's got a lot on her shoulders. But I've seen every player, great player, who's had to adjust to that and accommodate it. And I have no doubt that she will do that, whether it's physical or mental.
Thank you, Rick.
The idea that she's not going to be able to answer the bell, honestly, if we're being sensitive I believe overly sensitive to this,
I
think we're being sexist. I think we're suggesting that somehow that Caitlin Clark can't handle what we've seen other great male athletes go through and have to adjust to.
Now, you heard what Rick Bucher said. And he kept it 100%, man. And I'm glad that he spoke. If y'all want to go listen to what Acho had to say and Shady McCoy and James Jones, feel free to do that on Fox Sports, The Facility. But this is what the media caused. The media caused all this. Y'all got behind Caitlin Clark coming into the WNBA. Y'all pushed Caitlin Clark. Now the pressure is getting to Caitlin Clark. But where was this same energy when we talked about Angel Reese, all the pressure she had on her back, all the hate, everything that was being said about her, all the hate mail, all the people in the stands and the fans, racist taunts and things like that, racist hate mail, death threats, things to her mother and sorts like that. We didn't have this type of coverage. Nobody was backing Angel the way we backed Angel. But now, basketball sense, the physicality, and y'all sitting here crying wolf that Caitlin Clark can't handle the physicality, and y'all making too many excuses because she gets bumped around. Everybody in the WNBA is getting bumped around. But we just don't highlight that because it's not Caitlin Clark. But when it comes to Caitlin Clark, y'all want to put the microscope on it, and this is what y'all cause. The media calls this. Now you got YouTube content creators that support Caitlin Clark, they crashing out, talking about the physicality and her mental well-being. The injury is taking a toll on her. Man, y'all keep that same energy, man. The media caused this. The media caused this, stuff in this chaos with Caitlin Clark. Y'all put so much pressure on her. Now y'all telling me that she can't handle the pressure. But Rick Bucher is out there being 100% saying that she can handle the pressure. Every great athlete has went through some kind of obstacles that they had to get through to break down barriers to be great. Caitlin Clark is no different. If she is labeled great the way y'all labeling her, she will get through all the trials and tribulations. Injuries are a part of the game. Physicality is a part of the WNBA. And the last time I checked, playing somebody 94 feet, that is a part of the game. So people got to stop playing Caitlyn 94 feet and playing her physical just to appease y'all. Man, come on, man. The media, y'all caused this. Now you want to cry wolf. I see everybody in the comments section. #salute. Get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about today's video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. Oh yeah, just in case I forgot. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And I see what y'all trying to do in the comments section. I see what y'all trying to do. Y'all ain't slick. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.